Chelsea, under new ownership of Todd Boehly, have made a lot of transfers. And with a lot of transfers means a lot of loans. So that got me thinking, what if I take all of the players out on loan and put them on one team and rebuild that team? And that's exactly what we're going to do in today's video. Highlights of this team being João Felix, Santos, Desai, and Petrovic in net. And after adding the players to the squad, Todd Boehly has left us a generous $42 million budget to sign some more players. And looking back at the team, we don't even have a right back, so we're definitely going to have to upgrade there, as well as bringing in a new striker instead of Broja and filling out some depth in this team. And as our first transfers of the window, we're going to be bringing in the American striker Florian Balogun from Monaco for $20 million. As well as the Moroccan right back El Halali from Espanyol for $12 million. And after those two additions, this is how our team looks. We do have a full 11, but our bench still needs a lot of work. So we brought in Jorge Sanchez on a free, as well as Carlos Rodriguez on another free. And we wouldn't be Loan FC if we weren't bringing in any loans. Marc Caicedo is going to be joining us from Barcelona for a year, as well as Rodrigo Moura, the Portuguese wonder kid, for also on a one-year loan from Porto. And after all of our moves this window, this is how our team looks. Is it good enough to survive in the Premier League? We're just going to have to find out. Halfway through the season, we are sitting in 9th place, which is way better than I thought we were going to be doing at this point. That is absolutely amazing. Alright, and I fast forwarded to 2 games left. We are sitting in 11th, which is amazing for season 1, but we have made it all the way into the FA Cup final versus Manchester United. But in the FA Cup, we got off to a rough start. Lookman found the back of the net to open up the scoring for United, followed by Garnacho finding the back of the net to put us down 2-0. But in the second half, things started to turn around. João Felix got a lucky bounce, putting us up on the scoreboard. This was followed by a low-driven shot from Balogun to even up the score 2-2. And in the 75th minute, João Felix hammered his shot home, making us the FA Cup winners. And at the end of the season, we did fall down to 13th, but a still very solid first season, way better than I expected. So let's get into season 2. Our squad has developed quite nicely over the last season, but at the start of season 2, we only have 17 million to work with to upgrade this team. That could leave us in a very bad spot if Chelsea make an offer on one of our players. Which leads me, another rule I haven't mentioned is that if Chelsea make an offer for one of our players, we have to accept it no matter what it is. And as our first piece of business, his contract was expiring this year, so we're bringing in Argentinian wonder kid Franco Mastentuno. And next up, we needed a bit more cash, so we're going to be selling Kepa. He's off to Roma for 17 million. That was followed by a pair of free agents, Edwin Cirillo, as well as Michel Barsham for some extra depth. We have now filled out our depth a lot better, as well as leaving us with 12 million just in case Chelsea come in for an offer. But thankfully, no offers in from Chelsea, so let's see how we do in season 2. And halfway through the season, we are sitting in 12th place, just ahead of Burnley. I also figured out that we were in the Europa League, and halfway through that, at the end of the league phase, we finished in 14th. Not so great. We got a playoff round to go as well. And at the end of the season, we finished in 12th place. Not too much of an improvement, but this is still a building year, so it doesn't bother me that much. But in the Cups, we did a lot better. In the FA Cup, we made it to the semi-finals, getting knocked out to Brentford 4-2. And in the Europa League, we made it also to the semi-finals, being knocked out to Liverpool 5-2. Overall, it was just another building year, and just wanted to point out, Balogun, 31 goals, 6 assists, João Felix, 27 goals, 11 assists. These two should be here for the long run and hopefully continue just to grow and perform. But anyways, let's get into the next season. This is what the team looks like at the start of season 3. I do like the progression of some of these players, especially João Felix and Balogun. I think this transfer window, we're going to be looking to swap out Raheem Sterling and Ben Chilwell with younger players that can blossom, hopefully be there for the rest of the rebuild. And we have our first departure of the window, Raheem Sterling. We are absolutely scamming Liverpool. He's off to Liverpool for a whopping 37 million. And Mike Penders is out on loan for another 2 years. And using the Raheem Sterling money, we were able to bring in a very good player, a very good deal. He had 12 months remaining on his contract. Sudakov, we got him from Barcelona on an absolute steal of 46.8 million. He's going to be joining us. And our next departure, I hinted towards it at the beginning, Ben Chilwell is going to be leaving the club. He's headed to West Ham for 20.5 million. And we have our second signing. It is our left back replacement, Barco, from this time in this save, Aston Villa. We signed him for 25.5 million. Here's our team after the window. We did manage to make it through without Chelsea making any offers for our players. With our 2 new additions down the left side, this team looks full of potential to do very well this season, and hopefully, my goal is some sort of like Europa League, Conference League, some pushing for that. That's the goal for this season, and I think we can do it. Let's find out if we do. And on January 1st, we are in an astonishing second place, tied with Arsenal on 39 points. I was expecting us to do well, but not this well. This is incredible. If we can keep this form up for the rest of the season, we might actually be able to get European football. That would be amazing. And at the end of the season, we did slip down into 5th place, but I am ecstatic about this finish. I was expecting maybe 8th, 9th, 5th place. We will definitely take that. Only 1 point outside of Champions League football. Arsenal ended up winning the league on 88 points. Man City, Liverpool, and Man United behind them. But I am buzzing over this finish. Let's get into next season. Here is our squad going into season 4. I'm really happy with the attack and how they have grown. I think an area we need to improve upon is Disasi. He is 29 years old. He's aging. And I think bolstering up this back line needs to be our priority for this season. And after re-signing some contracts, we have a budget of 93 million to work with to improve upon this team. And we have found our new center back into the club. He had 12 months left on his contract, so I said, why not pick him up? We're going to be signing Giorgi Scalvini from, in this save, PSG for 45 million. After that transfer, we're going to be on a budget of 41 million, and I think I'm going to hold on to it to either January make some upgrades, or if Chelsea come in and make an offer for our player finally, we have available funds to work with. And we did manage to make it all the way through the window without any offers from Chelsea. This is how our team looks going into the season. It just looks incredible. By next season, this team should be absolutely ready. I am a little concerned about our right back, but the rest of the team is just so good. We should be able to build upon last year and finish in a very good spot this year. Let's go. And as I was moving through January, we have our very first offer from Chelsea, and it is for Balogun, someone I wanted to keep for the remainder of this rebuild, but, you know, rules are rules. And it looks like the offer is for 118 million, which isn't too bad. I would have liked a little more, but we're gonna have to accept this offer. The offer has officially been accepted. We're gonna have to start looking for a new striker. And just a couple days later, Balogun is officially out of the door. He's gonna be leaving the club. Obviously, he's gonna be moving to Chelsea. It's time for us to find a new striker. And with that sale and the budget that I managed to keep after the first window, we have around 150 million to work with, and I think I'm going to pour just about all of that into a new striker for this team. Right now, I have narrowed it down to 4 strikers that I'm thinking about bringing in, and I'm very torn between who to bring in. I'm not sure who to go with. Any of these would be a great choice for the team, but I'm not quite sure. And we have officially brought in a new striker, a new man up top. It is the Spanish man, Samuel, the former Porto man, but in this save, we got him from Fulham. He's going to be joining us for 118 million. Samu is now officially into the team, and so hopefully we can turn our season around and have a better finish for the rest of the season. At the end of the season, we finished in 11th. This quality of a team finishing in 11th is unacceptable. We have to do better next season. In the FA Cup, we were eliminated in the 4th round to Birmingham. And in the Carabao Cup, we were eliminated in the 3rd round to Ipswich. So overall, terrible performance. It has to be better next season if we have a shot at Champions League football. The squad is looking absolutely fantastic. The attack is just chef's kiss. Look at that attack. It's brilliant. The midfield's actually doing better than I thought. The defense is the place of concern. I think Petrovic needs to go, and we need a new right back. So we're going to be looking for those 2 positions in this transfer window. And after re-signing players to new contracts, we have a remaining budget of 56 million, so we should be able to bring in some new talent. But before we can bring anyone in, we have had another offer from Chelsea for one of our players. It is for Disasi. It's a decent offer, and he was someone that I was looking to move on from, so I'm not too upset from this. We're going to accept that offer. And Petrovic is going to be leaving the club. It's time for him to say goodbye. He is leaving for Crystal Palace, and in turn, we are getting around 42 million. Disasi is also leaving for 26.7 million to Chelsea. And after those 2 transfers, we now have a budget of 119 million to bring in a new goalie and a new right back. And we have done just that. We have found a new man in between the sticks. His contract was at a year left, and I love me a bargain, so I just had to go in for him. We're going to be signing the Italian goalkeeper from this save, Juventus, Marco Carnesci, for 62.9 million. And our new right back is into the club. Malo Gusto is going to be joining us. Originally, I wasn't going to do this, but I made a swap offer for him, giving Chelsea our current right back, El Hali, you know him, in exchange for Gusto and about 27 million. He's going to be joining us as our brand new starting right back. And we made it to the end of the deadline without any more trouble from Chelsea. The team looks amazing. The defense is now a lot better, and if this team doesn't manage to qualify for Europe, for Champions League, the expectation is top 4. We're going to have some serious issues because this team is insane. But there's only one way to figure it out. Let's get into it. Halfway through the season, and we are cooking. Finally, we're actually finding success. We only have 1 loss in the season so far on 45 points. If we keep this form up, we are guaranteed a spot in the Champions League, which we need to complete this challenge. Let's keep this up. Also, no offers from Chelsea. Bless. 2 matches left in the season. We are sitting 3 points ahead of Manchester City in a great place to win the league. But before we can finish that, we have found ourselves in another FA Cup final against Liverpool. And in that final, outside of a couple of opportunities, including one shot that hit the post, nothing really happened. So we're just going to fast forward into penalties, where both teams were very consistent in scoring all of their shots, up until Liverpool's penalty number 5, where Carnesci was able to save it and win us the FA Cup final. What a successful season it was. We won the Premier League, the FA Cup, as well as the Carabao Cup. I didn't even realize because we played against Liverpool and went to penalties as well. But we did a triple. We won 3 trophies this season. That's great, but we still need to win the one that's eluding us, the Champions League. All right, this season has to be the season. We need to have a deep Champions League run for it to be successful. At least I'm hoping to win the whole thing, but in terms of our squad, I think we might need a bit more depth on the bench. But the starting 11 looks fine. I don't know if I'm going to make any upgrades, maybe to Vega, who knows, but I'm not really sure what to do. But we have been given a budget of 118 million, our biggest so far, which that is amazing. So we should be able to do something with it. But before I've been able to sign any players, Chelsea have came in with an offer for João Felix. I didn't want to get rid of him. This is, we're going to have to accept it. 161 million offer from Chelsea. We're going to have to accept it. And João Felix is officially leaving the club. You hate to see it. That is a huge blow for our team, but we do have a lot of money to replace him. But I wanted him to be here the entire time, but he's off to Chelsea. And after that departure, we now have 277 million to work with to bring in a new attacking midfielder. And we have a brand new superstar into the team, the Turkish wonderkid, formerly of Real Madrid, in this save. He has transferred. He's actually from Marseille in this save. We're going to be signing Arda Güler from Marseille for 165.5 million. And for the bench, I've gone a little bit conservative, bringing in Marc Caicedo from Barcelona for 11.7 million, as well as a Slovakian wonderkid, Thomas Cech, for 32 million. And we officially made it past deadline day. Here is our team. We did a couple of bench upgrades, but I decided to stick with Renato Vega, and I think this team should be good enough to be able to win it all. I think we did a great job replacing João Felix with Arda Güler for around the same price, so I have high hopes for this squad. And once again, halfway through the season, we are top of the table. We are sitting nice and pretty. We don't even have any losses. We're on top of the world. We're doing absolutely phenomenal. As well as 6 games into the Champions League phase, we are in 4th, so we should be able to qualify for that as well. And after those 2 games, we drew both of them, so we fell down to 9th, which means we just missed out on automatic round of 16. So we have to go through a playoff. That's so unfortunate. And in that playoff round, we beat SK Rapid, of all teams, 5-1 on aggregate. And in the round of 16, we beat Atalanta 4-2, which moves us into the quarterfinals, where we beat Lazio 4-0 on aggregate. Which leads us into the semifinals, where we barely scraped past Marseille, of all teams, to put us into the finals, where we are going to be facing Bayer Leverkusen. But before we can get into the final, in the Premier League, we ended up winning it in first place on 87 points, 10 points ahead of Man City. Also, what's Ipswich doing there in 6th? Anyways, we won the Premier League, another trophy into the cabinet. And looking at the cups, in the FA Cup, we were knocked out in round 4 to Newcastle. And in the Carabao Cup, we were knocked out in the quarterfinals also to Newcastle. I also wanted to just show off the squad real quick before we get into the final. It is absolutely incredible. The entire attack is above 91 with 2 93s. That's insane. Team looks amazing. Scalvini does have a red card, so he's going to have to be dropped out of the team, so Cech's gonna have to come in as his replacement, which that sucks, but I think we'll be all right. As well as, here are some of the stats. Samu was our top goal scorer on 39. Just, this team is just incredible. Love what we did. Let's jump in to the finals. All right, kickoff in the Champions League final. I don't know how much of the intro you'll get to see, but they have a pretty solid team with the likes of Bastoni, Wurtzstill, Gyökeres. They have a Tchouaméni. They have a very solid team, so this should be an interesting match. Find Sudakov. Have one, lad. Oh, he's at the post. That could have been it. That could have been the start of a great opportunity to go up in the final, but he's hit the post. Unlucky. Sudakov. Oh, find Guler. Oh, have one. Have one. Oh, good save from Bento. Oh, and he's blown for halftime. So that does mean at halftime, we are still even at 0-0. Cuts it back. Gets inside. Fake shot. Samu! Straight at the keeper. Oh, how are we not scoring that? Mastantuono has unfortunately picked up an injury, and I'm going to be forced to sub him out because he's playing insanely slow. I don't really know what to do. So we're gonna sub in We're gonna be subbing on him as his replacement, and I think we're gonna keep the same as is. Everyone's playing fine, just that one replacement. Okay, that was a little close. That was got a little scared there. They almost scored there. That would have been bad. Find Samuel. Oh, he's in, and he finishes. He finishes in the 81st minute. Samu, he's opened the scoring very late. What a goal! Wow. And just like that, we have gone up 1-0 in the Champions League final. Cuenta. Gyökeres still has it. Good. Way to defend that. Cuenta at the top of our box. Ooh, that could be bad. And in the 92nd minute, Leverkusen have equalized. Oh, how could we let that happen? Oh, looks like this game's going to overtime. All right, extra time after drawing 0-0 in regular time. We need to win this right here, right now. I do not want to go to penalties. Here we go. Come on. Penalty? What are you talking about? Referee. Penalty? What? I want to see the replay on that. What? Game's gone soft. I got this. Bang! What a save! Carnesci with the penalty save, keeping us alive and breathing. Wow. Did not deserve that at all, but no way, no way we're letting them score there. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, Samuel, even it up. Let's go. Quick response. That's how you do it. Come on. Evens the game up 2-2. Yes, good defending. Great defending. Have a little run, mate. Into Sudakov. Find Samuel. Can he finish? He can! He can finish. We're up 3-2 with only 6 minutes remaining. Great goal. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Get out there. Get out there. Yes, good block. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Yes. And there you have it. We are officially Champions League winners. If you did enjoy this rebuild, make sure to like and subscribe down below. And I'll finish you off with a little trophy celebration. Goodbye.